What's up, everybody, and welcome to Foutaises Reacts. In this episode, we will be discussing the NBA Finals. I'm here with Simba, STOK, the Lion King himself. So Simba, let's talk about the finals.
Man, I'm happy with everything.
Yeah, man.
Everything that turned out. I mean, I was going for Golden State.
Warriors!
Warriors! You know, I was going for Golden State from the beginning of the playoffs.
Yeah.
Actually, I was going for them and the Raptors, but unfortunately, Raptors didn't make it. So I continued to Golden State, and I'm happy with everything that turned out. I would say the only thing, not really disappointed, but I also wanted to, like, I remember I read a quote after the NBA Finals. Steve Kerr said, everything happened exactly as they had hoped. Well, I had my own hope, you know what I mean? I wanted Steph Curry to be the NBA Finals MVP, you know? But unfortunately, he got shook, his shooting percentage went down, but he came out big when they really needed him. He came out, so... I mean, congratulations to the Warriors. Cavs, LeBron can't do it by himself. Iman, J.R. Smith, they're both inconsistent. It's either they're really hot or they're really terrible.
And they were very terrible.
They were very terrible. I mean, yeah, so that's just me.
What surprised me the most was that the Warriors didn't play like the Warriors should play.
Yeah, that's awesome,
right?
Yeah.
They played really bad. And you could really see that the first couple of games, the first 3 games, I think.
Yeah.
And then the last 2 games, they started to play a little bit more like themselves. But even then, they weren't playing like their typical great selves. And the thing that was getting to me was that people were saying like, oh, if Kyrie and Love were playing, then the Cavs would have beat them. And it's like,
not true.
No,
not true.
Because if Kyrie and Love are playing, first of all, I almost feel like Golden State would play better.
They would.
I don't even know why that is, but I feel like they went into this series and they were like Kyrie got injured, Love's already gone, all they have is LeBron, and they just like sort of didn't play as hard as they could have. They didn't go in there to kill right away.
No, it's true.
They were just like sort of just playing, and of course Steph's struggling, Clay's struggling, Bogut's struggling, Draymond's struggling, you know, and that really showed. But I still think even if they had if the Cavs were completely healthy, Warriors completely like how they were, I still think the Warriors would have won.
Yeah, the Warriors definitely would have won. I think they would have slapped them even
worse.
Yeah, like that one time they won by 20. I think we would have seen more of that if the Warriors were playing at high level.
Yeah, that's true.
Because like I think the difference was the Cavs had they had the arguably best basketball player in the world. I feel like LeBron James is the best basketball player in the world, even though I don't like him.
For sure.
But like, so looking at that and then looking at the people that were surrounding him, I think as the Warriors, the mindset were, as long as we contain LeBron James, then we can rely on our players to do what they do. You know? So like, that was the only mindset. So if they had Kyrie and Love, they would have to play and enforce a more team game and more team defense, where they have to lock down each and every player harder, even more. Because they can't let everybody out and then just like leave the certain players open. Like if you look at when they faced Memphis, I feel like Memphis was their toughest challenge. Out of all the teams they faced in the Western Conference, and including Cavs, I feel like Memphis was their toughest challenge because Memphis was a good team overall. All their guys, they scored points, they made points. They were given a certain task and they completed that task. Told to lock down a certain player, they locked down that player. Even though Golden State, they're a good offensive team, where if you lock them down, they can still find a way to make a shot. Like Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, they can shoot over you easily.
Even though Klay played like garbage. He played so bad.
That's the thing. Like,
oh my God.
I feel like the Warriors, they didn't play like themselves after they beat New Orleans. After they beat New Orleans, Game 3 against New Orleans, when they were down 20 and then they came back and snapped. I think they hit their high right there, and then Game 4 they just killed New Orleans. After that, when they had that whole long break to just chill, after that I felt like the Warriors were never the same. They had like 1-2 games when they were like themselves, like Game 4 against Memphis when they destroyed Memphis, and after that they won that. So I'm like, after that, I just feel like...
I feel like the long break, too, before the finals also messed them up. Because they had that momentum of beating Houston, and it looked like they were getting back into that rhythm.
So, exactly.
And then it stopped, and they had a break. And that definitely benefited Cleveland, because they were exhausted. Like, they cannot keep up. Like, if the Warriors were just able to push the pace If the Warriors were able to push the tempo to what they usually do, the Cavs would have been just dead. Like they would have been dead tired. Like they were already like going for like they were already dehydrated after every game and stuff. Right?
Yeah.
And LeBron was playing basically every single minute of every game
and every position.
And he couldn't do that, especially against a team like the Warriors.
Yeah, even admitted one game. I think it was game 4 when they lost. They said he was gassed out.
Yeah.
But in the fourth quarter, he was gassed out because he was doing everything.
Yeah.
He had nobody. You know, I mean, like, Warriors are just a good team overall. I mean, I was saying before during the playoffs that I might see the Cleveland Cavaliers winning next year. But to be honest, I'm still rooting for Warriors to do it again.
Yeah.
I'm rooting for Warriors to do it again.
Yeah.
That's just me.
And I think that they have the tools. Now they have that championship mentality. They've been there. They know what it is. Everyone's coming back next season, right? And they're refreshed, and their Steph's only gonna get better. Clay's gonna get better. Draymond's gonna get better.
Yeah.
And Clay's gonna get better. And I'm really looking forward to seeing. I really think the Warriors can pull it out again and win again. And I actually think that Steve Kerr, like he might at the end of his career might go down as one of the greatest coaches of all time. Like I think that he's gonna go on that like Phil Jackson,
Greg
Popovich level of coach that's gonna be in the Hall of Fame and win like maybe like 5, 6, 7 championships.
With the Warriors. I can see that happen, man. Especially with the point guard like Steph Curry, and they can always get new talent. Like they need. I said the one thing that Warriors they don't necessarily need anybody, but I think they need a more solid point guard. I mean, like backup point guard. I mean, they got Steph Curry, they got Sean Livingston, but I think they need like someone who's more like Steph Curry, like someone who can just like continue doing not shooting, but like in ways of like passing and like making yourself creating space and stuff like that. Like I think they need someone like that to be a backup for Warriors. That way, when they're facing teams they'll have a problem adjusting. You know, like teams can always adjust to whoever you send out. So I think that will benefit them in that way. But speaking of who's coming back, I read David Lee might not be coming back.
Yeah.
To the Warriors.
And honestly, I don't think that's a big loss for them because they barely used him.
Yeah.
At all, and like they didn't even use both at all in the past 2 games. But they're definitely going to kick in, like he's a starting center, right? But they don't really need Lee, and they could easily find another big man to replace him. You know.
Yeah. All they need is somebody who can contribute off the bench and lead positions 10 points per game. If they can get somebody who can do that, then they got Draymond Green to start that position all night. So they just need somebody to come off the bench and contribute 10 points per game and at that position, and I think it'll be great. Because Lee's an all-star. I mean, he needs a team of his own. A team where he can stand out. So.
Come to the Raptors.
You know, I was about to say,
Come to the Raptors, David Lee.
Raptors, yo.
Come to the Raptors.
Yo, Warriors, what are you saying? Amir Johnson for David Lee?
Hey,
that's a good deal to me.
Alright, well that was the NBA Finals reacts from your people here at the Foutaises channel. We'll see you next week. Take care. Goodbye.
Peace.